How old are you? Wouldn't you like to try rating yourself on a sheet like this?
Yeah, but where do we plan to live?
Well, it's the sex plans or testing that actually get these things going. Here, maybe a diagram will help.
Cleaver here, star of Meet Cleaver Theater. Thanks for stopping by tonight. You know, I'm sure you thought, hey, we're going to stop in. We're going to watch another one of those cruddy B movies. Well, guess what, kids? Tonight, movie night's canceled. It's over. Go home because Butch Cleaver is doing dad things, TV dad things. He's protecting his family from horrible things like identity theft and such. So, got this great new shredder that I just can't stop playing with. There we go. It's a little curmudgeon-y, but you know, maybe it just needs something a little wetter to go through it. So.
Butch, stop!
Huh?
Stop it!
How did that get there?
Oh, you better knock it off. You're running out of fine shreddables. Sorry, folks. Butch sometimes gets so carried away with his new gadgets.
Okay, I understand. I'm getting a little overheated here, so I'm going to take a walk around the neighborhood, honey. Why don't I leave you with our fine friends here, and maybe you can get rid of them while I'm out of town. I'll be back, kids.
Okay. Hi. You want to see my Linda Blair impression?
Well, hello, friends. Butch Cleaver here, strolling around the back alleys of America. Yes, Thrillsville, Ohio. We're just walking the neighborhood here, looking around for something interesting to do, you know, because tonight's movie just isn't interesting enough. You know, we've said that 100 times over on this show, though. And we're just passing my good friend, the paranoid neighbor's house. So why don't we go ahead and pop on in and see what he's up to, you know, party crashing. Let's go. Doesn't look like a nut lives here. Just pop on in and see what's going on. Well, hello, neighbor. How you doing? Butch! Yeah. What you doing here, my friend?
Nothing.
Trying to tune in a little,
You don't know that.
Oh, okay.
For another day, maybe.
What can I help you with? I'm just nosing around, thought I'd stop in, pay a friendly neighborhood visit. See what you're up to.
Did you read one time?
No, this is a stylish little coiffure you got there. What's going on?
Just doing some experiments.
Experiments? Well, this is convenient because this episode could really use an atomic cafe. Can you show us how to make something here? What are you doing then?
It took me a little bit, but I think I figured out how to make the perfect coil beam. It will block radio waves, electro waves, magnetic waves. Ooh. Best part, Butch, this blocks government mind control waves. Oh, and alien mind control waves.
Let's show us what you do here.
Ooh, a little stuffy in here today. Well, if you keep it too cool, the government spooks come around.
We don't want that.
You know, they're all wearing those suits. They don't like it hot.
You need a square piece of foil. The best way to make sure your square piece of foil is square, fold it diagonal. Like this. Pretty good. All right. And you get rid of the hats. If you've got a big, this is close enough. Okay. But if you didn't have a square piece, as you can see, I had a few mishaps. You just cut off the part that's not square.
All right. There's always a few failed experiments.
Yeah, it's not a perfect world.
Be the invisible elves again.
That's okay.
Are we all clear? All right, good.
Then you take your square piece of foil and fold it to the middle.
All right.
And you got your fold on the bottom, and you turn it so it's on the top.
I'm so confused.
And then you fold up your quartering it. Not to be confused with drawn quarters. Alright, so flip it over, do the same thing again, Butch.
Alright. There we go.
Beautiful. Sloppy work, Butch.
Wow. It's not a perfect world.
I hope you're not a time traveler. You get stuck wherever you end up.
I have had that problem before.
Anyway, then you fold little corners in.
So we're unfolding one of these.
One quarter. And folding your corners.
Alright. See kids and they say math isn't going to help you when you graduate. But it's done for my friend here.
Same thing with the other side. Like this. The middle part.
Wow. So folding this in too.
Pretty much. Each of the quarters needs to have its corners folded. So you end up with a shape like that.
Okay. Well, that is...
And when you open it up,
sure. So we're going to fold it down. Whoops.
And then you flatten
apparently I did something wrong with
flatten
mine.
it back down.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Well, you can put a hot dog in here. So.
Yeah.
That would work.
You can just use
All right. Oh, look at this. Now, hello, sailor. How does that look? Stylish?
Now.
Stylish and ready for a night on the town. With my best head. Oh! Whoa!
Can you hear the voices? In that?
I can hear something. This is an incredible experiment, kids. You should try this, Get your parents worried. They might send you to camp or something if you do this. So, wonderful atomic cafe. A little loose, a little crazy, but hey, the paranoid neighbor showed us all how to make some very stylish hats. And I guess we turn it over like this. You could make a boat. Or you could put your nachos in this or something. So, enjoy, kids. Remember to live life recklessly.
Butch, are you going to the neighbor's house?
Me? Never. Free porn. I think I'll keep that one. Let's see. I got another here. What's this? There's a bill. I'll take that. Oh, look. Final notice. Not anymore. Oh, well. I seem to be stuck. Final notice, my foot. I'm telling you, the government, you just can't get rid of them. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. There we go. There's that. There's this. Letter from Mom. Bye-bye, Mom. You never loved me. Neither does Shredder. There we go. Let's see. Well, look at this kid's a disability check, huh? Like our paranoid neighbor's doing pretty well. Looks like I'm in the wrong business. Oh well. Money isn't everything, right? Let's see. Can't seem to get this one to fit.
Thank God.
Oh well. Well, look at this. Looks like our good neighbor's got a little extra mail here. Top secret, huh? Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's see what we got in here. Couple of unmarked videotapes for our friend, huh? Maybe that free porn ad wasn't a mistake. Tell you what, kids, why don't you stick around here tonight and we'll pop one of these in. Let's pop this one in first. It's just simply labeled OSR. I'll let you come up with some creative acronym fun for that one. And, let's check this out and then come on back and we'll see what else we can shred out.
I'm giving this thing out and have it be mine.
It's like the start of Blair Witch. Yeah, it's like, well, with 40-some people here, this shouldn't be too scary. Famous last words. How many creatures do you have? That should be enough. It'll only take the temperature gets low. Or if you want to. Ah, the fanny pack. The fanny pack. Let's see the fanny pack. Ooh, what a fanny pack. Chopping at the bit, aren't you? Are you smart? No, I play one on TV. You play it smart? I play it smart on TV. I play it smart. Look at the monkey. Give him a Rubik's Cube.
Crystal was laying there, fell off the shelf, Miss Smart was shot her left side of the chest. She died 2 days later and was escorted to the hospital. Her husband was born at that time in 1959, had a heart attack in the woman's office, and he died about an hour later from the hospital.
are we going down this thing? I don't know. How do we get up there? Which end? We went down there already. Where are we now? This is it? This is it? This is the castle. Come over here, Elizabeth. Did you feel that? Take a picture. Yeah, it's okay. Take it this way. What's the temperature? I don't want to go down there. Hello? God, that's really powerful. It's moving too. Is that where it's coming from? I'm seriously starting to get afraid of getting lost more than anything. Whoa, that's pretty mushy. Jeez. Yeah, it's cold out. Oh my god. Dude, we found it. Yeah, chemical. Needs to be on the other side of it. Well, that's unfortunate that we figured out the sources of how it smells. Wow. Can't see anything. Oh, wait, there you are.
Whoa! That was a little spooky, wasn't it, kids? Kind of like the Blair Witch, only I didn't throw up all over my lap.
And hey, did you know that the Mansfield Reformatory is a real place that you can visit if you're ever in Ohio?
Really now? Well, next time I'm in the Big O for a little Red State Rumbus, we'll have to stop by there and see if we can find any grisly ghosties or flying bats or whatever the heck that was all about.
Definitely. So, what's with the other tape?
Let's see here. It looks like it's written in Sanskrit. I'm a little rusty on the Sanskrit. Forbidden knowledge. Warning may cause mutation in higher life forms. Sounds like something we should expose the kids to, doesn't it? Oh, shut up, you wimps. You know you're going to love this. Let's take a look at something that is simply translated as tribulation.
Nuclear war 1,000 years ago blasted the planet apart into the billions of pieces that formed the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Despite massive genetic damage, an elite core of Quetzals managed to escape in their disc-shaped spacecraft to Earth. Through an opening in the South Pole, they take refuge in the hollow interior of our planet. blasts had so irradiated their bird-like bodies they cannot even bear the additional radiation of sunlight. The reproductive organs are so mutated they're forced to mate with snakes in order to perpetuate themselves.
The blaze of noon made him a monster.
The aliens use their high-energy laser beam devices to shatter rocks, or, tuned to the right frequency, project thoughts into the brains of humans living on the surface above.
You have come to me. Evil, stupid men, I shall drain your minds and bend your will.
The slimy creatures tunnel between catacomb to cavern worlds, constructing huge cities out of their own excrement, practicing their saucer maneuvers in the internal atmosphere of the hollow earth. Their activities drive huge armies of soldier ants and killer bees past the Rio Grande. Our southern border ditches as permeable as paper towels. Over 10 centuries, the cubes mutate into ever more hideous forms, slithering through vast and twisted systems of subterranean caves, burrowing up through the soil, causing landslides and swallowing whole villages, worming northwards towards the United States soft underbelly, digging under Fort Knox, SAC headquarters, even backyard bomb shelters, infiltrating our water supply and sewage systems, menacing all the bridges across the Mississippi River.
At its own natural frequency. All bridges are designed to swing a little, but this one got out of hand.
Mid-century, the United States begins testing nuclear weapons underground. Radioactive surges just over the aliens' heads drive them into such an insanely agitated rage, they vow the total destruction of the U.S. Self-defense measure, President Truman sets up the Central Intelligence Agency to intercept, decipher, and document Q communications. Secretary of Defense James Forrestal, the first casualty of the counterintelligence campaign, leaps to his death from a window at the Bethesda Naval Hospital. Saucer sightings proliferate. Next, President Dwight Eisenhower bears a final hand for peace while vacationing in Palm Springs. A Cates craft lands at nearby Edwards Air Force Base. Claiming to visit his dentists, Ike instead meets the clique on board their vehicle, takes a test spin, but is prevented from releasing his findings for fear of a national panic. Shocking report suppressed. The mayhem throughout the Americas is instead blamed on the aliens' well-placed humanoid double, a certain Jacobo Arbenz, president of the Central American Republic of Guatemala. Most of the undergroundlings, the quake-racked hellhole serves as the site of untold thousands of savage human sacrifices, atop monumental mummy-harboring pyramids, still beating hearts offered to the so-called sun god, human blood believed to appease its unmerciful raids. Inculcate the veneration of severed body parts, like Mexican General Obregon's left forearm, Santa Anna's right leg, Pancho Villa's floating skull. Grisly cattle mutilations abound, though human dupes claim it's to stop the fast food ranching that daily destroys 50,000 rainforest acres. Enigmatically elected by a 4-to-1 margin, Arbenz nationalizes. For $600,000 compensation, the uncultivated portion of the United Fruit Company's Guatemalan land holdings. He claims the idle lands to be distributed among 100,000 peasant families, but actual plans for more sacrificial pyramids to satisfy the mutants' bloodlust. U.S. Secretary of State John Foster Dulles and his brother Alan Dulles, director of both the Central Intelligence Agency and the United Fruit Company, together swear to stop Arbenz's plot, rallying together a group of gallant men also alarmed by the capitulation of the Guatemalan majority. Headed by exile Colonel Castillo Armas, these troopers are trained by the CIA's E. Howard Hunt on the island of Momotombito in Lake Managua in the Nicaragua of Anastasio Somoza. U.S.-donated Thunderbolt fighter bombers crash in a laser beam barrage. The U.S. immediately replaces them in the midst of battle. Armas bombs his own capital, sending Arbans back underground. But his victory over the Mayan alien alliance is all too short-lived. Despite a decades-long succession of strong, defense-conscious military rulers, over 100,000 Guatemalan lives are lost on the scorched earth. An additional 40,000 civilians mysteriously disappeared into thin air. The mutilated bodies of the many disappeared are later found in the mouths of the country's numerous volcanoes, dropped there from the air. Connected to the Caribbean Isles via the undersea halls of Montezuma, hostile saucers sneak through the peaks of Cuba's Sierra Maestro mountain range in the vicinity of the Texaco petroleum refinery. Silent metallic cigars rocking from right to left in a falling leaf manner. Cuban patriots Luis Posada, Feliz Rodriguez, Orlando Bosch, and Chichi Quintero suspect these less than picturesque appearances bode ill for Havana's booming gambling industry. Vigilant men sharing the same fear find themselves together on the mainland as guests of the new Guatemalan ambassador to the U.S. His coffee plantation is coincidentally equipped with 16 U.S. B-26 bombers and pilots. Fortuitously, 2 United Fruit Company freighters also chance upon the throng. Spiritual mascot E. Howard Hunt, accompanied by some veteran German military trainers, is again on hand to freely dispense his special brand of moral support. The self-described S for Sabotage Force departs for its reckoning with the Qs in Cuba. Their noble flotilla and air force, in fact, launch from Nicaragua's Puerto Cabezas. Alert! Alert! Look well at the rainbow. Chico is in the house. Visit him. The sky is blue. Place notice in the tree. The tree is green and brown. The letters arrived well. The letters are white. The fish will not take much time to rise. The fish is red. The end time is no time for weak knees, vacillation, or lack of resolve. The intruders spread ruin throughout our world, and we are enjoined by everything we believe in to oppose them with all of our might. President Kennedy holds back American air support when the Cuban Avengers need it most. Though certainly stabbed in the back, the abandoned S-Force can hardly be charged with later retaliation against JFK. His assassination must have been by an android like Oswald, since no lone human being could possibly hit a distant moving target 2 times within 1.8 seconds.
Look at that! What is it?
At least we can glean some satisfaction from this conclusive proof that Kennedy himself was human, all too human, and not another synthetic, as so many claim. On the other hand, the absolutely uncanny immortality of this Fidel Castro. What true human could survive the introduction of botulinum toxin into his air conditioning system? The dosing of his broadcast studio with LSD, the loading of his cigars with a depilatory chemical to make his beard fall out, the placing of blackleaf 40 poison on his ballpoint pens, the contamination of his wetsuit with a skin fungus and his snorkel with tuberculosis germs, the installation of a machine gun inside a TV camera, the firing of a bazooka at Havana Stadium, or the rigging of a large seashell on his private beach with a radio-controlled bomb. The CIA's Miami Station Chief Theodore Shackley, the White Ghost, hires James Bond novelist Ian Fleming to devise a way to neutralize the alien automaton.
Means you're licensed to kill.
After 33 failed assassination attempts entailing 2,000 people and $50 million, they're horrified to realize that you can't kill something that isn't alive. Is it really Howard Hughes or another doppelganger who recruits mafia hitman Johnny Rosselli into the anti-Castro cryptogram? Or maybe Rosselli was the rebel, a player in a game to defame the patriotic ex-pilot. Why would Hughes need Rosselli if he already had super sniper Chichi Quintero for a movie he was shooting on his private island with Kaeff, just a stone's throw off the Cuban coast? Ominous signs of dark forces at work on the island. What sort of weird weather warfare precipitates freak torrents and flooding? What unholy sorcery conjures up the outbreak of a swine flu that kills 500,000 pigs? The tobacco crop blight, dengue fever epidemic, Legionnaire's disease, the off-center barbarians, the adulterated lubricants, the counterfeit currency. Could the bearded Antichrist be damned by divinely inspired plagues, just like the evil Pharaoh of old? Cubana civilian airliner carrying 73 passengers, including Cuba's entire Olympic fencing team, explodes in midair en route to Venezuela. Short-sighted investigators scapegoat Louis the Shooter Posada and Orlando Bosch, CIA facilitators, as Force veterans and Howard Hughes movie extras.
Wow. This thing is so manic and so bizarre that our Cleaver Trivia-Rama machine can't keep up. It's overheating. Do something.
Well, I'd like to add some witty repartee here. I just can't seem to take my eyes off this bizarre program. Let's see what this New Age Nostradamus has to say more about the world and how bizarre it really is. Let's get back to a little tribulation here on the Cleaver Theater.
They saw me. It's the werewolves. They've been prowling around here for about 4 days now. I don't know what they want. They're big. They're hairy. They kind of stink. The problem is, they stink so much, they can only smell humans. I know it sounds weird, but you've got to trust me. I've tried everything to get them away. Raw steak, hot dogs, dead sheep. Nothing works. I'll keep my voice down if I can. Anyway, they prowl around. And one of them came into my house the other night, and it took my stamps and a roll of quarters. Just want to know what's going on.
Posada's held in a filthy Caracas jail for years, till his prayers for deliverance are answered by U.S. Marine Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, bearing a generous $50,000 grant from Posada's jailers. June 1972, 120 of Senor Posada's S4 soulmates are miraculously reconvened in Washington, D.C. through the ministrations of their old skipper, E. Howard Hunt, plumbing a possible alien pipeline in Democratic Party headquarters when tripped up by the trivial technicalities of a local burglary law. The cunning Quetzal cabal seize upon the distraction to maximize their access to inner Earth. The yawning window of vulnerability in the ozone layer above their South Pole opening is wholly the result of their hateful efforts, as it affords decreased atmospheric resistance to their delving disks. The destruction of the Earth's ozone also smacks of a sinister scheme to increase ultraviolet radiation generally, and so induce skin cancer in those most vulnerable, the planet's white people. A global sphincter spewing poisonous gases and perversely twisted flora, this anomalous oasis in the middle of Antarctica is the abysmal embarkation point for the Quetzal conquest of the Americas from the bottom up. State of Delaware, a 2,000 square mile iceberg is launched from Deception Island at the protruding tip of the Antarctic Peninsula, just to the west of the Falklands. A beachhead on the Tierra del Fuego no man's land makes Chile the next domino in their infernal advance.
Then, guided by instinct, the beast would come back.
Specially bred in a super-secret lab on Easter Island, where cybernetic replicants are insinuated into critical positions of power. As President so-called Salvador Allende proceeds to disrupt the economy, foment chaos, and alter the Earth's polar axis. The Earth stops spinning. Its new tilt increases planetary temperatures, with widespread drought during the hottest 6 summers of the century.
They saw the fabulous crown of the Andes, that masterpiece of the goldsmith's art from Colombia, a church relic studded with a priceless collection of giant emeralds. They saw the precious gems of Latin America displayed in settings worthy of their beauty.
These gargantuan geological gambits impact grievously on the development interests of the U.S.-based Anaconda Company, third largest copper firm in the world. 2/3 of their ore and 3/4 of their profits come from Chile. Certainly this major employer can't let the tubes crisscrossing shafts undermine their own tunnel walls and endanger their Indian workers. of scalar wave earthquake generators are luckily intercepted by another American enterprise, International Telephone and Telegraph, the corporation that controls Chile's communications. IT&T Chief John McCone happens to be a former director of the CIA.
Earth.
Our good white ghost, Theodore Shackley, just in from 3 years at the Saigon CIA station, flies down to Santiago to initiate Operation Track 2 in the summer of '73. CIA and IT&T consolidate their resources in a collaborative effort to keep the hemisphere in its proper alignment and right rotation. By happy chance, Howard Hughes' deep-sea research ship, the Glomar Explorer, is conducting experiments in Valparaiso Harbor when Chilean naval officers rise in righteous rebellion against the plan to stand America on its head.
El presidente Butch y el administrador de la Comisión del Canal de Panamá, que actuó como director interino hasta el 1 de enero próximo. Ahora los detalles.
September 11th, 1973, General Augusto Pinochet is forced to dive bomb Allende's presidential residence. Tens of thousands are quarantined in Santiago's National Stadium, where deprogramming techniques make use of U.S.-supplied field telephones. U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger brings down his old German National Socialist friend Walter Rauff to head the new Chilean Internal Security Force, DINA, and convinces another World War II anti-communist, Harry Schandelman, to leave his duties in Guatemala for the more immediately pressing police needs of Chile under Pinochet. Stationed just across the border in Bolivia is their old colleague Klaus Barbie, whose old world ways of consensus building bear fruit in the Garcia Meza cocaine coup. During George Bush's tenure as Director of Central Intelligence, many friendly foreign outfits enjoyed the opportunity to operate in Washington with a free hand. On September 21st, 1976, Allende's ex-ambassador to the U.S., Orlando Letelier, inexplicably bursts into flames while driving his car down Embassy Row. Among the groups charged with channeling the awesome force are Chile's new DINA and Alpha 66, a Cuban expatriate fraternity headed by Louis Posada. Newly elected U.S. President Jimmy Carter removes General John Sinwab from his South Korean command after Sinwab vociferously protests the further emasculation of U.S. forces there. Freed from the straitjacket of Army regulations, the retired general moves to constitute the World Anti-Communist League in association with Korean, Filipino, European, and anti-Castro Cuban organizations. A multitude of missing ships continue to fall prey to the eerie emanations issuing from that Caribbean region, variously referred to as the Bermuda Triangle, the Devil's Triangle, the Hoodoo Sea, the Vile Vortex, the Twilight Zone, the Limbo of the Lost. Discoveries in the area's seabed disclose the fluted columns of huge temples, enormous monoliths, and massive pyramids, the ruins of the lost continent of Atlantis. The cause of its long-ago demise, a super-powerful energy force that ran out of control. Having witnessed the lights of his island's central crucifix turn from white to purple, Prime Minister of Grenada Eric Geary departs immediately for the United Nations to call for a special commission on the saucer problem. He pleads for international aid to solve what he terms the puzzle that is the biggest of our age: UFOs, the Bermuda Triangle, and other strange and seemingly inexplicable psychic phenomena which continue to baffle man. His warnings unheeded, Geary is overthrown by a rampaging gang of psychic vampires. Atlantean plant Maurice Bishop is at the center of this diabolical conspiracy. Gets its name, the New Jewel Movement, from the evil power crystals extracted from the submerged ruins. Amplifying their laser rays through the antediluvian quartz, negatively polarized energy is tuned to travel at the upper vibratory octave of 666 million hertz, the same frequency as human thought.
Thousands of frequencies make up our communications.
The Satanists salvaged the temple walls, constructing the largest saucer port in the Caribbean. Within 5 years, 7 U.S. spacecraft launched from Florida's Cape Canaveral are dealt particle beam death blows from radars based at Port Salinas. The local Obey sect, all work to render Bishop's so-called Revo into a black magic mojo hex aimed at the big brains of the U.S. medical students in St. George. Shango's shamans order the student doctors to resurrect Jim Jones, brought in from nearby Guyana. U.S. Marines set out to exercise the grenade in Memphis on October 19, 1983.
Conspiracy! It's a conspirator 8! What are you giving me, some sort of weird listening device shaped like a banana from the Banana Corporation of America, Republic Banana Cargo Pants, and the aliens are coming, and I don't know what to think anymore.
Butch, I think we need to pay a little more attention to your neighbor. The guy's obviously a Fruit Loop.
Fruit Loop indeed.
Recently came to my attention that cell phones are evil. What they do is they network everybody and they pipe messages into their brains when they're talking on the phones. Cancer is just half of it. That's just the disease that gets there. The problem is these messages that get into people's brains, right? They say, go put on a suit and tie, buy an SUV, screw the planet, and then they go out and they do it, and it's just, and then, oh well, here's your friends network, and when you're talking to your friends in those friends network, they're actually beaming bigger, harder messages into your friends' heads, but then you're the problem. And hello, I keep talking. Where was I? Phones. They're horrible. Those little cell phones. They're I gotta go. That was a pretty important call.
The dried corn, the coconuts, the starfish, the peacock feathers, the goat skins, the deer legs, the railroad spikes, miniature coffins. The new jewel cultists foolishly believe their occult paraphernalia protect them from harm, as well as cure their mentally ill. The center of these sacrilegious practices, of course, has to be destroyed. Would-be overlords from under the earth unleash a volley of high-amplitude, extreme low-frequency electrogravitational pulses beneath peaceful Nicaragua. The 6.2 seismic convulsions resonate and redouble the Central American rift at precisely its own specific frequency, shattering the continental crust like a pitched shriek fills a glass goblet. Millions of international relief dollars cannot go to rebuilding the devastated city. Nicaraguan President Somoza must prioritize the rearming of his National Guard in its holy war against the berserk cadre of Sandinista zealots who worship a martyred member of a shadowy Masonic sect. When he was governor of Georgia, Jimmy Carter had reported a close encounter with a UFO. But as U.S. President in 1978, he suddenly discounts the Central American saucer sightings and instead blames Somoza's Guard for the disappearance of thousands of peasants, students, and trade unionists. Theodore Shackley, acting this time as a free and independent agent of peace after leaving the sluggish intelligence bureaucracy, steps into the breach to bring Somoza Israeli arms and search and destroy programs. U.S. Senator Jesse Helms deploys Orlando Bosch and the Alpha 66 Squad to combat the heavy beam machines coming up through gaping mountain fissures to cover the double drive on the Capitol. Carter's treacherous arms cutoff has so compromised the Somocistas that they're forced to move their headquarters across the Honduran border. From amongst the assembly, there arises chosen commander Arturo Cruz, who has gained valuable leadership skills as the head of the Nicaraguan branch of the United Fruit Company.
Governments in Central America with ideological...
U.S. President Ronald Reagan champions a compassionate campaign to resupply the freedom fighters with machine guns, C4 plastic explosives, and other humanitarian weapons that they so desperately need in their struggle against literacy teachers, health clinics, and agricultural cooperatives. On their Achilles heel, their hysterical aversion to nuclear radioactivity. A demonstration explosion of an atomic bomb over Managua is among the measured responses to the crisis considered by Reagan's CIA chief William Casey. A blast would have the additional beneficial effect of creating a vent in the upper atmosphere through which the Earth's excess carbon dioxide, air pollution, and heat could escape into outer space. Nicaragua's Pacific port of Corinto, with lightning strikes against commercial shipping and oil storage tanks. Cyborg network spies tricked the U.S. Congress into strangling the Minutemen's essential supply lines a second time. Colonel Oliver North dispatches founding father Adolfo Calero to Pinochet's Chile to replenish their store of blowpipe missiles. VP George Bush brings baseball star Nolan Ryan to Tegucigalpa to convince Honduran President Suazo Cordova of the crucial continental imperative to provide bases for the forces fighting the baffling beret-shaped craft. Colonel North forges a special spiritual union with Panamanian President Manuel Antonio Noriega. Their pact provides that Panama's airfields be used to offload Contra weapons in exchange for $10 million a month and the deregulation of imports into the U.S. North also persuades Noriega's business partners in Medellin, Colombia, to help underwrite the defense of individual liberty in the Americas. Like real-life fairy godfathers, the three Ochoa brothers make a love offering of $10 million, plus 1% of their export revenues. In thanks, they're allowed to use Panamanian, Costa Rican, and Salvadorian landing strips to fly their coffee products into the U.S., sometimes using American C-5 cargo planes. With the easing of import restrictions, the cartel is able to transship so much coffee into the U.S., 80% of the total national consumption, that American coffee lovers actually enjoy a price break, especially on the freeze dried product.
Coffee tastes so good. Here, rich volcanic soil.
Witness for peace, Eugene Hassenfuss is on a kind and gentle mission to deliver Bibles to our Nicaraguan amigos when a demon-driven disc downs a C-123 Falcon. Rodriguez wears Che's wristwatch to this day, a source of power turned to the good. Salvadorans around the Ilopango base are puzzled by the appearance of tortillas emblazoned with the image of late nationalist Facundo Marti. Even more mystifying are the eerie electrical outages. The Catholic clergymen suddenly switching to witchcraft. The strange train wrecks as far north as Concord, California. Though the U.S. gives $1.5 million a day to the arena party to secure the peace, the Salvadorian death toll somehow still rises to over 75,000. Volcano-ensconced vipers creep beneath San Salvador through a serpentine system of sewers. Targeting the towering Sheraton Hotel VIP Annex and its yield of American Green Beret hearts for use in their ungodly rites. Subterfuge. Our good friend Noriega is suddenly replaced by a grotesque voodoo-spouting freak. The crack 82nd Airborne Division must carry out a protective reaction strike to deter the interterrestrial terrorists who have evil designs on our canal. Particularly damaging to U.S. strategic interests would be the loss of the global command and control complex on Antenna Island. Its unique geomagnetic properties make it the only spot in the world that can broadcast on the ultra-low 300 kilohertz frequency to submarines in both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Wrapping up the Dignity Battalions doesn't go so smoothly because, unluckily enough, this is Panama Invasion number 13 for the U.S. Hoping to protect the lives of Americans patrolling the El Chorrillo barrio is the use of re-exploding bullets, as zombies, of course, have to be killed twice over. Cremating the corpses with flamethrowers offers the advantage of a quick, sterile disposal in a risky public health situation. In red underwear to escape the evil eye, Noriega flees towards the hollow earth through a network of interconnecting caves under the canal, leaving behind a ritual bucket of blood, a maggot-infested cow's tongue, and 50 pounds of highly addictive corn flour. Though Noriega is finally caught, our beloved canal still falls into enemy hands. No peace till the tribulation. Let us be done with these end times. A line of death is drawn across Panama at the waterway, to the secret dumping of our over-accumulating atomic wastes at the base of Madden Dam, the immense mountain reservoir of the channel's water. It's discharged into the canal, creating a nuclear fence against the beams.
The restless seas rise.
In 1999, the buildup of plutonium byproducts reaches critical mass. The dam melts down. The isthmus is flooded. The Atlantic and Pacific merge, radically altering prevailing ocean currents. Hot radioactive water is swept into polar seas. The ice caps melt, engulfing the continents.
This world comes to an end, for which we are grateful. The chosen ones rejoice at the prospect of the apocalypse, for it is a sign of our future reign in a millennial kingdom elsewhere in the universe. To the heavens, $60 billion for an evacuation fleet of 75 stealth motherships is, after all, a small price to pay for safe passage to everlasting life in a new Jerusalem. On Mars, freed from this worldly realm, the future belongs to us. The rest be damned. Hallelujah.
Well, Tribulation 99. You realize, everybody, this is just a bunch of that Art Bell sort of hocus-pocus conspiracy theory crud, don't you, kids? It's all just a joke, right? Right?
My dear friend Butch, as the prophets at Iron Maiden said, the truth of all predictions are always in your hands. Think about it, won't you?
The evil that men do live on and on. Well, folks, I'm going to let you guys get back to your life, however many days are left, however time is numbered for you, now that you've seen the coming of the spooks and the aliens and the tribulation, because, don't fret, kids, you know, it's all a joke. Trust me on this one.
What I've been thinking of Pleiadians. Now, it's come to my attention that these chemtrails might actually be Pleiadian cloud ships. and I'm not kidding with this, Butch, cloud ships. They come in, they disguise their craft as clouds, and they just hover over there watching us. I think they're going to attack, but not till probably like 2012 or so. When they do, those clouds will come down. I can't sit here, Butch. I can't sit here and do nothing about this, Butch. I'm going to get these cloud ships.
Butch, it's well known that these cloud ships are everywhere. I've been watching this for years. You got to get up there and you got to see things for yourself. You know, sometimes you just got to get out there and look at all stuff. Look at them all. Look at them everywhere. And anyone could be a bleeding ship. Fortunately, you got a good pilot. He's with me all the way. He's going to take me all around town, and we're going to find these third ones right there. See? And there's another one. This is just insane. All these people down here just have no idea what's going on. And there they go about their lives. What can we do about this, Butch? What can we do but fly out and find these? What is it? The pilot's making a sharp turn here. You can see the rockets to the left. I'm not really sure what's going on. Control seem to be getting a little wonky. Butch, I think we might be into something here. These clouds are starting to surround us. It was a clear blue sky when we took off. I know what's going on. I'm not sure if I want to make a fuss on this, but I want you to know you're the only person who listens to me, and I appreciate that. My God, they're surrounding us. What about these clouds? What are we going to do? The pilot's heading back. I'm going back, Butch. Now the Palladians, I've heard they look like small children in sunglasses, and that's the height they're Palladian on. Oh my God, Butch!
What the hell is going on here?